Hello everybody, this is Cheeseburger Jesus, and in case you didn't like the title, don't worry, they're just the highlights. After the last recording session, I need something happy to cheer me up, and don't worry, it's only going to be the highlights, won't take up too much of your time. So, also I might be recording this over multiple days in case you hear my voice change. Anyways, on to the highlights! Time to write a happy poem. Melody. Bubbles. Sunny. Joy. Lollipop. Parfait. Dirt. Flower. Pickle. Headphones. Daydream. Dagnabbit. Dream. Puppy, that's a good one. Nibble. Doki Doki. Anime. Why? Cute. Bouncy. Sweet. I think I get good. I think I get good. I hear Natsuki utter a sigh from the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monika! Never puts my stuff back in the right spot. I wanted keeping your collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it up. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Ah. Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get closer to look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? A series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. You couldn't judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. I wasn't judging. I didn't say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume. I'm going to show you exactly why. Just shoves the book right into my hands. Okay, considering how snappy she was with me last time I played this is weird. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. Can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to get closer like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. How long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you accusing... are you hating on me? I like my slice of life. Well, That should probably be in air quotes. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at an ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining, but later on there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen, that's really what makes it good. There's so many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimate you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems a lot like it's about baking. It's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki posed for a moment. She didn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. Just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. How would I ever get into anything because it's in a manga? Feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Definitely. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We've gotten to the first CG. I like this song very much. I wish I could draw this art this good. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? Not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Shh. Cheeky save. Don't you share your manga with your friends? Do not rub it in. Jeez. Sorry. I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. Much less friends who are also into it. Join band. Okay. Side note here. He says it's not that hard to find friends. It's not that hard. Honestly, not that hard. Granted, I'm not at their school, but I have good friends. I guess pretty much that's actually all I can say is I have good friends. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. That's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Monika was kind of a jerk about it. Just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Oh, I like the little twofer. It's adorable. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. So I forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is one of my favorite characters. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. A stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. Okay, I don't read manga. I watch anime though, so maybe that might be part of the reason why it wasn't too hard to find people who didn't judge. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. Dagnabbit, I'm gonna have to look at history. hard to express in words the feeling you get when you connect with someone like that. The thought makes me smile a little. Okay, everyone, are you all ready with today's poems? Come on, could your timing be any worse? Sorry. Just need to make sure we have enough time. So you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. Just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said. Don't be dumb. Take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose it's necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Okay, I'm gonna stop this little session here and I'll pick back up in the next clip. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poems. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing poems? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Thanks. I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. I should be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. And because Monika will make me if I don't. I really love this. Okay, next clip, sorry. I'm getting too caught in the music. The music's keeping me here. Help. I forgot this scene existed. Let's do Natsuki this time. You're really talented. But Natsuki has a point. I think that I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings in a few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imaginations take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Didn't it? Just how much you know. Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? She was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Trey. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. I think about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away. Anyway, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. You're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori, I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's ready to other's poems, right? It was worthwhile for everyone, especially you. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from lazing around when we used to have so little to do. Next clip. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull out the first volume of Parfait Girls out from my bag. Why did I... This is like sickeningly. Why is this... Why? She takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably checking for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. Just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That is true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I want to get the next one. She makes her way into the closet. I follow. So you're going to tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forgot. Ah, the chapter ended when Minori and Alice found Monika! Natsuki's voice resonates from inside the closet. I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet. So I had to move some stuff around and clean it up a bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. Plenty of room on these shelves. Besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? There's a stool on the wall there. In the closet there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki's being stubborn as usual. She uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she's able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez. Cheeky little save. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. Classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit in the closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, but I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Comes into the chair, then slowly bounces onto her feet. When she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. There we go! See, I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. She catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I gotcha. I held the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. That's the face of, oh god, I don't trust this person. I do not trust this person one bit. I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Whoop. She wraps her arms around Parfait Girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey Trey, I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. The box. I need to look at the OST and find the song. What are you looking at? Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not, I was just... Don't try to move, just give me the box. You set me up. Go away. Get out. But... Do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Ah! The scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chairs fly from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands and the books go flying. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight onto my chest. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki realizes that it's not the floor that's beneath her. A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, sicko? Everything okay there? Yeah, Monika, that's about the correct look of concern. Monika suddenly peers in. Monika, you have when you put my manga on the top shelf. Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. That's definitely not the face of a murderer, guys, I promise. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. Seems like your most recent club member's a total perv. I hope you're happy. I didn't. Somehow, it's impossible for me to explain the whole bizarre situation to Monika. Didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monika says that quietly to me, like I'm off the hook. Oh no! My... I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large, diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Are you? No, Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... She shakes her head, still looking down. No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? She shakes her head. Just every day. It's so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up, and I'll move the rest of your manga for you. Pick up volume 2. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? She lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us, as I begin gathering the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in the correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. That should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. Think about cheering me up. If you insist. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This isn't supposed to happen. Why can't you just be bad at this? The poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously, you think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you... Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flows to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey Trey, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No! I just told her that... My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Natsuki sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Trey? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. Are you breaking the fourth wall? Or history? Are you sure you're not cheating? Call me crazy, but I actually think that it's different. This is, are you sure you're not cheating? And then you got me going back and you can see my save files for Yuri. I wanna know if this is... I didn't understand her joke at all. I wanna know if... Is she self-aware? Is that what's going on? Think about it, don't tell me. Don't tell me. How do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. There's just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the room. Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. Should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that. Huh? But Trey wrote this poem, and we're supposed to share it with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Trey is done sharing this poem with everyone. Not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this, if you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. I guess Natsuki has my poem now. Not that I really planned on keeping it. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. She likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. Natsuki, should I be worried? Should I be worried? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message pushed forward in this one. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's not how everyone thinks so. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you for, or think less of you. But that's what makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know? I'm glad you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Hey, you! Eh? Look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... Ah, sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait longer. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She actually mumbles that last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today, but she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then she'd be the first person, or you'd be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah, I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea. We're just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not. Fine, then let's hurry and get started. Yeah. Oh, wait, really? It was just that quick? Okay. Let's see, let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. Seems like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course not. Well, of course. I can read. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. It's just such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki. You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best, right? Took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too. Right? Right? Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know it sounds stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before like this. Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point of sharing my poems if people just laugh and say that that's so cute, just like you? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I really try when I write. Style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem in my hand until she relaxes her grip. Place it flat on the desk, smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it up, Natsuki snatches the poem from the desk. It's not any good, and I know you hate my poems, so you don't have to read this one. But I want to read it. Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now, and it's wrong for you to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. But sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. I'm sorry if that was part of the problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that, okay? You're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward, because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty, because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller, because you sit with me. I believe in myself, with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger, because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer, because you think of me, because you, because you, because you. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. It's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. This clearly isn't the poem that Yuri told me she had written, meaning I'm probably the only one that she's shown this to me. Yuri didn't say anything! That's the problem here. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't say that to me. You think the point of writing is expressing things that you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well. And I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her, but as I do, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki's doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. In that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can faintly see her smiling to herself. That's all for now, so... Go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that's probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could be that it's a little bit different after school, out of school after all? Why was that so hard to say? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out for me. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed. Seems like I always underestimate you. Because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, hey. Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm with my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not in school. Are you getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you speak your mind like that. Hey. Now you're treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer, you know? And just because I don't have a mature 60 figure like Yuri doesn't mean you treat me. Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki? Forget it! I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys out there into body types like yours. How would you know that anyways? Just trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. I am the internet. Was that to me? Who else? Let's just get started. You get all sour when girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally, starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, pretty much kitchen supplies are strewn about every countertop. Mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Trey, where did you put the food coloring? Batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, people can still pick their favorite. That's a cute idea. Are you doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, though. Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring in each. That does look pretty cool, see? Not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end, if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Maybe I will use the food coloring then. Looks like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. It's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl. The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah, just take it a little longer. Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk and uses the other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey. She suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing? Are you feeling who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl. You'll make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki's pulling makes me stumble, making her stumble in turn. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my face. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use the other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. And a last cheeky save. Doodaloo. Not until you apologize. Fine. Sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. Just fun seeing you react to it. You do it to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease people like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. Take Natsuki's finger and lick off the icing. Did you just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Yeah, seems about right. You shouldn't do that kind of thing, unless you really like them. You know? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? I like how it's like, how did the mood change? Background music is the exact same, so the mood hasn't really changed at all. Her gaze. She gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm goes off. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing, like nothing ever happened. Cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look how cute they all look. She proudly shows off different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. And then Trey says, they'll look even better once we add the icing. Like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like, happy birthday or whatever. I see. That gives me an idea, actually. It's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It'd be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the word they like. I was kind of expecting to say something really stupid, but that's a really good idea. Maybe I'm getting it from you. That's supposed to mean. Come on. We're not at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Did you say something? No. Let's just do the icing. She picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to thank before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki pulls them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sarah is the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, she'd probably down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping that we would have time for Manga, but I need to head home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usually, Natsuki puts the blame on me. You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori can carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Yeah. Again, think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. No, don't bring that up. No, don't bring that up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. What you said before, about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you want. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that, if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere... Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you. I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. The same way. Natsuki suddenly gets closer. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt, as if holding onto me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths. I felt it for a while now. She suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Hi. Sayori, just now we weren't... It's okay. Stop by to say hi. You should have come by a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Oh, really? It's too bad. Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've got such good friends. That's all that matters. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. All that matters. Why am I feeling this way? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? And if you know anything about this, or by that I mean, have you watched the last episode? This is where I shall leave off this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. These little highlights for the Natsuki route. It'll probably be a longer video for Sayori route, because we'll follow through Sayori and this endeavor. Please don't be mean to her. Be nice. Anyways, all I can say is, this is Cheeseburger Jesus signing out. Bye-bye!